accent if you're not painting bubbles on your eyelids. I've already put on primer and obviously this eye as a reference. I went in with a big fluffy brush over my eyelid with the color Cosmic. And go in with this color Vortex. And I'm just gonna do the kind of a little bit of the outer corner and along the bottom. Just gives it a little bit of dimension. Next is time for the dots. I'm using the Milk Makeup shade 4N concealer for this. You also could use like a white foundation, a white concealer, whatever works for you. And we're just gonna make little circles, but we're gonna keep our eye open when we do it because otherwise we're gonna scrunch in our crease and we wanna really see where that line is gonna be. We're gonna let those dry. We're starting with blue and I'm using this color Aether. It's a darker blue than what I used for the shadows. You probably don't want to use the same one because you don't want your bubbles to meld into the rest of your eyeshadow. And you're just gonna dot on 1/3 of each bubble. Same palette, I'm using the color Sensory for the pink. That also takes up 1/3 of the bubble. Last color we're gonna use is green. On this palette, I'm using the color Specimen. They're just looking like little blobs of color. Here's where the magic comes in. Take a deep breath. Liquid liner set, and we're gonna use the white shade in here. You're gonna outline every bubble. Take your time with this. I feel like it's easier to do 2 half circles rather than try to go around the full circle. If you think you've made a mistake, let it dry and then go back and fix it. Trust the process, wait till the end, and then we'll see if we need to fix anything. There's plenty of bubbles that I made that do not look perfect. The first thing that I do is I thicken up the ones that I just need to be a little bit darker on some of the edges. Some of these are still a little bit more like triangle shape than I want at the bottom here. So what I can do for that is one of 2 things. One is you can take a brush and you can wet it a little bit, just taking off a little bit at a time. You don't want to do too much, otherwise again you're going to smear. And I touch the edge where it's a little triangle-y and just drag a little bit. What you do not want to do is overcorrect and then have to do it all over again. The other way is if you have a little eyeliner removal pen, you dab that spot you want to fix. You can also use a wet Q-tip. Those are just my 2 preferred methods. Now that we've outlined our bubbles, we're going to make a dot and then a little comma shape inside every bubble. Now we're gonna add a little bit of glitter on the inside because we have to have glitter, it's the law. I'm actually gonna use the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb highlighter as eyeshadow because I'm gonna use that for the highlighter as well, so it'll be really cohesive. And I'm just gonna use my finger. Now we're gonna make some dots kind of around the bubbles. Last thing I did was this little design here. Now it's time for base makeup, and then I'm gonna come back to do our under eyes. I have this ColourPop multi-chrome eyeliner pencil, and the voices in my head are telling me to put it underneath my eyelid. Hopefully I don't ruin this. Okay, hell yeah. Look at this. Look at that. Queen. I'm feeling myself and I ain't sorry about it. We're gonna go back to the original light blue that we used first for our eyeshadow. A little bit of blue underneath here. I try to kind of connect that too. Now I'm gonna go in with that medium blue that I used, and I'm just gonna do the outer half of underneath here. Mascara time. That's all for today. See you tomorrow.